Dear learners, this is the topic that is the traditional intellectuals, and I am going to the in detail about the traditional intellectuals. This is the intellectuals is a term used by the Italian Marxist theorist Gramsci to describe a category of intellectuals who see themselves as independent from the societal or class conflicts. They are often connected to institutions like the church, education, and legal systems, and their roles appear to be timeless, consistent across different historical periods. However, according to Gramsci, their positions and functions within society is not neutrals or independents. Rather, they serve to maintain the existing social orders are often linked to the dominant class structures. Here is a deeper look at the traditional intellectuals. According to Gramsci, historical continuity talk about the traditional intellectuals often claims a sense of continuity through history. For instance, they may see their roles as educators, clergy, or administrators as something eternal and above changing social conditions. For examples, professors, philosophers, judges, priests, and other members of religious hierarchy, these figures are considered bearers of knowledge and morality, but they often remain aligned with the dominant social and political structures. Next is talking about the role in the society. Perceptions of independence. Traditionally, intellectuals tend to believe they are autonomous, working purely in the pursuit of truth, cultures, and ethics. However, according to Gramsci, these perceptions of autonomy is illusory. Social functions in reality, traditional intellectuals functions to stabilize and legitimate the dominant class powers, reinforcing societal norms that benefit the ruling class. They maintain the status quo by cultivating ideology that align with the existing social hierarchy. Next is that is talking about the contrast with the organics intellectuals. Organics intellectuals, in contrast to traditional intellectuals, organic intellectuals are arises from the working class or emerging social groups and express the interest of these classes. While, while traditional intellectuals might define the status quo, organic intellectuals aim to challenge and transform it. Second is connections to the class. Traditional intellectuals are typically more connected to long standing elites, while organic intellectuals are deeply tied to the experience and a struggle of their own class. Next is talking about the institutions of traditional intellectuals, that is church. Religious intellectuals are key examples of traditional intellectual sites. Clergy, members, philosophers, and theogemy may uphold a spiritual and moral frameworks that legitimate existing social orders. Education system, that is university, schools, and academic institutions are a space where traditional intellectuals can perpetuate the idea that justify class structures, national identity, or political ideology aligned with the ruling class. These are the important parts. Now come to the role in the hegemony when we're talking about the traditional intellectuals, that is Gramsci theory of hegemony. Traditional intellectuals play a crucial role in maintaining cultural hegemony where the ruling class worldview becomes accepted norms by promoting idea, value, and knowledge that seems universals but are deeply tied to the dominant class interest. Traditional intellectuals ensure the consent of masses to their something subordinations. Cultural leaderships, traditional intellectuals help cultivate a cultural leadership that pursued the working class and other subordinate groups to accept the system as natural and inevitable, reducing the need for direct coercions. These are the important things. Critics and influence. When we're talking about the traditional intellectuals, Marxist critics, Marxists like Gramsci, critiques traditional intellectuals for masking the true natures of class exploitations. They see traditional intellectuals see as observing the material base of societal problems, focusing on abstract idea that distracts from the real economics and political injustice. Influence beyond the Marxism's Gramsci idea on traditional intellectuals have influenced various strata of critical theory and political thought. The concept has been used to analyze the role of media, education, religions, and law in the modern society. These are the important things. Next important part of traditional intellectuals, that is modern context relevance today. Even in the modern times, traditional intellectuals exist within the institutions like academia, politics, and religions. While they may not explicitly support the ruling class, their work often inadvertently reinforce dominant ideology through the education system, media, narratives, and public discourse. Gramsci distinctions between the traditionals and organic intellectuals highlight the power dynamics within the intellectual work and the potential for intellectuals to the either uphold or challenge the structures of power in the society. Next, that is the conclusions of the traditional intellectuals. Traditional intellectuals, a concept introduced by the Gramsci, refer to individuals who see themselves as independent of social or class struggle. They typically hold positions in long-standing institutions like the church, educations, or legal system, presenting their roles as timeless and neutral. However, Gramsci argued that these intellectuals actually support and legitimate the interest of dominant class while reinforcing existing social hierarchy and norms. While traditional intellectuals claim autonomy in their pursuit of knowledge and ethics, they often contribute to maintain the status quo, ensuring that the ruling class retains its power. They play a key role in cultural hegemony by promoting idea that makes the current social order seem natural and inevitable. In contrast, Gramsci organics intellectuals emerge from the marginalizing or working class groups and ask to challenging and transform the existing power structures. Traditional intellectuals are essentials in the institutions like the church, education, often shaping ideology that align with the dominant class, which reinforce their cultural leadership. Despite their perceived independence, their influences serve to perpetuate the prevailing systems of powers and control. Thank you. Thank you for listening these lectures. Thanks.